It's time to have love morning. It's time to spread some love. It's time to have love morning, so let's go contemplational, inspirational, contemplational. It's time to have a love morning. Oh, yes, it is. It's that time again for a little love in the morning. And if you are joining us live, well, yippee! And yeah, I'm just getting the technologically set up, and then we open our hearts, and we're good to go, off and running to the Love Fest. Yes, cool. We're live. So, welcome to another Morning Love with me, John Halcyon, and I am engaged in at least 30 days practice of a morning cold shower and then a warm heart, and spreading love, sharing love, being love as best I can. I invite you to join me. Best way to do it is to be here live, and then you can put your name in chat, maybe where you're from, and boom, we can have a connection. Here, I'll demonstrate. Kai is here, saying, let's start this week right. Yes! Good morning. And Kai, I love you. And I appreciate this these moments of connection we've been having daily. Appreciate it, really do. So thank you for being a part of this morning. I hope your day and your week is starting fantastically. If nothing else, starting with a little bit more open heart puts you in the right direction. So it is Monday. I hadn't thought about that. But actually, Monday is my exciting day because I do a live broadcast in the afternoon at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And that's the day of the week I kind of share what the lesson of the week that I've been pondering or reading, or something that's kind of on my mind that I've been thinking about, that then I put that video on YouTube after I do it live here. Good morning, Regan. Regan, I love you. Glad you're here. Glad you're here in this moment of connection, and glad you're here on the planet. Yeah. So thanks for being here. Reagan. Thanks for correction with the very well done phonetic description. Reagan. That's cool. I knew a Regan growing up. I think that's what it was. But Reagan. Or Reagan. I think probably Reagan. Cool. Well, welcome, Reagan. I love you. And Amy is here. Good morning, Amy. Happy Monday. Congratulations on surviving a birthday weekend. Loving you and Asher today and all days. But sending you so much love. Tara? What a treat. Yay. Good morning. I love you. I miss you. I hope you're doing well. And I appreciate the opportunity to have a moment of connection here in this day. The practice, morning practice for me was something I decided I wanted to do because noticing that the quarantine practices, while I'm fully on board as a participant in this grand team human process of healing and slowing down and moving on and reducing suffering, yes, all for it. But I also noticed some of the consequences and the symptoms of that practice in my body, in my heart, in my patterns, in my psyche, in my spirit. And so Morning Love is an opportunity to start to stretch the heart after a year of atrophy and stiffness, to try to start to no. The practice of social distancing, while we brought with it so much of social isolation and social distancing was incorrect. We meant physical distancing, and yet we practiced way too much social distancing. I did, and I know that because of the division of the last year and with so many issues revolving around this, there was this, the masks were a barrier for far more than just vapor. They were a barrier for connection and understanding and communication. And I'm super guilty, not guilty. I was affected by this like everyone. So this is an opportunity to say, no, let's metaphorically remove our masks for a moment. Let's open our hearts. Let's see each other, even if I can only see your name. So if you are here live, I would love to see who you are. Just put your name and, if you'd like, where you're from in chat, and I can say, Beth is here. Good morning, Beth. I love you, Beth. And Jonathan, wonderful to see you too. Good morning. I love you, Jonathan. Do you go by Barry or Jonathan Barry? For some reason, as I said Jonathan, I thought, I think I should call you Barry. LJ. I love you, LJ. Good morning. Oh. Dina is here from Shelton, Washington. I love you, Dina. What's Shelton like? What part of Washington is that in? I realized that I have a very vague idea of Washington. Visited recently. Was really enjoying the area on the southern Idaho east border. Rivers and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm hoping to return there sooner than later. So hoping to expand my geographical ignorance about places outside of San Diego. But today, thanks you being an ambassador, and I love you. Izzy in Chicago. Wonderful. I love you, Izzy. Thanks for sharing Monday morning with me. It's actually midday for you, probably. Maybe it's brunch time for you in Chicago. Ooh, Melanie is checking in from South Africa. Fantastic. Melanie, I love you. I love you. Thanks for being here and helping us to create this global awareness and connection. Laurel. I love you, Laurel. Glad you're here. Glad you're out in the world. Some people have asked, how can you say I love you to someone you've never met? Well, I know a lot about you because you're human. More so than just a human. You've been raised probably in Western culture, influenced by many of the same cultural forces that I have been, even if our specific experiences with our families have been maybe extremely different. I know that as a human, we share so much. We're so much more alike than we are different. I know that at times you are triumphant and at times full of sorrow, and you've dealt with grief and heartbreak. You at times feel lost, sometimes feel loved, sometimes feel alone. And guess what? Me too. Guess what? Everyone else. And sometimes those feelings and those desires, the desire to be safe, the quest for security, the seeking safety from our fears. Yeah, we all manifest that in different ways, but at the root, we're the same organisms struggling with the same stuff. So guess what? I love you. Good morning. Good morning, Gaia. Special good morning to you on this Monday. Hello, Penny from across the sea. Good supper time to you. And Dave is in UK as well. Well, Wales, which I'm learning is not the same as other places in that part of the world. Thanks for the education. Crystal. Good morning, Poppy. I love you. Yay! Asher just yelled back. Oh, fantastic. Kid is a little love bug. Well, I'm feeling a good start to this day and this week. I got up pretty early, did a little workout. I've got my little habit tracker that I'm checking boxes off. So I've got my I did my sit-ups and I did my pull-ups and weights and cold shower and walk. Now I'm doing love morning. Boom! I'm checking off boxes, which is not normally how I do things. I'm more loosey goosey, so I'm appreciating a little bit of checkbox structure. Gold stars, man. Hello, Lisa. Hi, Lisa Michelle in DC. Good to see you too. I love you. It was fun to I got to go to Asher's birthday party and see him open presents, and it was so cute to see him play with. He got a little like a workman's belt, which I think I would have said he should work in construction as an appropriate vocation for a 3-year-old, maybe 4-year-olds. But he's a bright kid and able-bodied, so I think putting him to work. I was thinking mining or would be a good career for him, but construction is good too. No, but it was a little plastic, screws and stuff. And at least I visited, I remember, him really enjoying taking things apart and putting things back together and sorting things. So I think it was looked like he was really enjoying that toy. And then he got this like little fabric tunnel that, I wanted to play in it, and he seemed to be having a blast. Isaac! Good morning, Isaac. I love you. Happy Monday. United Kingdom. See, this is why this is educational. I get it. United Kingdom, kind of like United States. Okay. Ireland, Scotland, England, and Wales. For some reason, Wales just wasn't on my radar. But I get it now. So okay, so the king and queen and the prince, are those England, or is that just Wales, right? Or England? Oh man, I have a feeling I have offended people. If you are here live and hear my voice and you have the opportunity to put your name in chat, maybe where you're from, then we can have a little personal connection, which would be an awesome way to start this week. A little bit of heart opening, little connection as an antidote to a world that is often trying to keep us separate. And this is my morning stretching. I started the day with some back stretching and did some sun salutations and tried to work on the stiffness that I get in my back after sleeping. And now the love morning is to work on the stiffness in my heart, which is, some of it, a lot of it is the world, and some of it is anxieties, and some of it is early trauma-y things. And all those things with unchecked kind of can make me stiffen. Maybe you have things like that too. When I say stiffen, I mean, be affected in more fearful ways than loving ways. So as a practice of loving more and fearing less, just being wide open to start the day is what I'm working on. And I invite you to too. And I invite you to wear a tutu as you do this tutu. Good morning, Kiri and Brady. I love you both so much. Let's see. Hello, Gabe in Seattle. Right on. Thank you for being here. Thanks for starting the day with me. I love you, Gabe. All right, we got Shelton, Washington, and Gabe in Seattle, and then a whole bunch of United Kingdom and some South Africa. I'm in San Diego, California. Loving that. So, not sure what your day looks like. I'm going to be working on a project that I'm excited about right now. I'm working on my 50-year retrospective catalog of my big projects that I've been working on over the course of my life. My That sounds so weird. I used to have a list of like my 10 like most things I was most proud of. And then I thought, I could put that and make it in a little book inspired by my friend Jen. And then I said, well, maybe a book of 10 things isn't going to go. What other projects have I worked on in my life? And it's everything from like startup companies that I've helped start up, to performances, to websites, to radio shows. And so I'm thinking of each of these as like a project, an artistic project that I invested energy into and what I was inspired by. And I'm pretty excited, pretty motivated by it. So I want to work on that today. And then at noon, Gratitude Circle at zoom.hugnation.com is how you get there. Zoom, I'll type it because, And that link doesn't take you directly into a Zoom room. It takes you to a page that kind of gives you a little bit more info and has a link to it and tells you the times that we do it, which is Pacific time, noon, 6 p.m., and I think it's now 3 a.m., 4 a.m.? I think it's 3 a.m. And so that at noon, and then at 1, following that, I'm going to do my weekly Hug Nation Belief Buffet broadcast. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to talk about today. I've got notes of things that have been on my mind. I might talk about this very practice here and what I feel it's doing for me and why I'm doing it. It's part of my spiritual practice is this weekly. Oh, look, Captain Flint. I was just writing for my retrospective about Hug Nation and what it has meant, because it's not one thing. There was Hug Nation pre-Grandpa, which was inspired by 9/11. Exactly, Captain Flint. I think Captain Flint wants to leave the room. He's had enough of this conversation. Did you want to leave? Captain Flint don't got time for nothing. He don't take shit. Don't give a fuck. There was pre-Grandpa, there was the Grandpa era, and there was post-Grandpa era, which I'm still in the post-Grandpa era, where rather than interview him, I share lessons or thoughts of the week and then do the group hug, always with the group hug. And then there's the Hug Nation Gratitude Circles, which is the community that currently exists and is thriving and growing, and you might be a part of it if you're listening, and if you're not, you're welcome to it. And that's where I'm gathering at noon. And then, so then the 1 o'clock, going to share, I don't know where I was in my explanation. And then edit that video. Got a few phone calls scheduled. Hopefully do writing on this project. Should be a good day. If you are here live and you have not said so, yes, would love to know your name so I can send you out some love. Just say something in the chat and I can shoot that out to you. Otherwise, wishing you the best of days, beautiful start to your week. And I will take this love and vibration that we've shared and bring it into the world, send that ripple out, and I invite you to do the same. There's many ways we change the world. One is by Grand Acts. Another is by Authentic, anchoring to our truth, and a vibration that we send out in all that we do, even the tiniest of actions. So that's an easy one. We can all do that. Good morning, Faith in Florida. Welcome. Good midday to you. Good lunchtime. I love you, Faith. Thank you all for being here. Hope your day starts great. And last under the wire, Jamie's here from Tennessee, Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. That sounds like almost like a literary made up city. It sounds so cool. I've never been to Tennessee. I have a cartoonish idea of what it might be like. So maybe that's a reason to visit. So good morning to you, Jamie. I love you, Jamie. And I love everyone who's here. And I love everyone who might see this archive. And guess what? Those of you who have no idea that this exists, I love you too. Have an incredible start to your week.